What just happened?
Rat-ta-ta, boys!
Perfect. That's a good one.
Today.
We're going over why Battlefield 2042 has little PP energy and how DICE needs to make it big PP energy. So don't forget to like the video. It's the only way YouTube knows I exist. And I really don't want to end up like this game in 2 months. And subscribe. Closing in on 1K, and that would be hype. This isn't a secret to anybody who's played so far, but the multiplayer in this game is just flat out broken. All the maps are just way too big and open, so trying to play infantry focus just gets punished as a bad style of gameplay. It actually feels more like a walking simulator rather than a Battlefield game. So instead, you're forced out to bust out the racing wheel and fly around. But on mouse and keyboard, flying in this game is just a mental mountain to climb. And even if we forego flying, trying to drive around, you get stuck and flip over on literally every tiny little rock and corner, and it's actually ridiculous. Or you just go straight through the map. So outside of the actual traversing in the map, we run into the problem where you actually can't tell if you're in a squad unless you're in this menu right here. And honestly, it just feels so jarring. It's so weird to like look at all this dead space on the screen where the car is, below where the chat is. Like the chat goes up, not down. So like it just doesn't really make sense to me what they were thinking. Like they minimalized a little bit too much, and I don't really understand why. It's just such a simple feature that makes everybody mad that they can't see that they're in a party. I haven't had a single person actually be happy about not being able to see their party. It's just kind of silly, and honestly, they just need to add it to below the chat or where the car is. It doesn't make a difference. Just put it in one of those two spots. Just let me know who's in my party, please. That's all I want. Which brings me into weapon attachments. Honestly, this is just a whole nother level of just they didn't pay the guy who did this enough. Thing I didn't even know until I hit like level 20 when I tried to leave a game for the first time was I go click on collection, but you go to weapons, and this is basically where you can actually change your attachments as you get them, right? So like you can lock them in, but the menu sucks. So there really isn't anything to say about that. What should happen is this third slot or whatever on the end should just be automatically filled with the most recent attachment that you got, and your first two should just be whatever you have them set as. If you need a third slot for your weapon, you're constantly switching 3 attachments. You're on the next gaming level that I could never hope to achieve, and good luck to you. But it would be really, really nice to be able to automatically use the new shit that I got, and I think a lot of people feel the same way, because this whole T menu loadout attachment thing is honestly garbage and needs a complete redesign. Now, actually unlocking these attachments in co-op games was something that was promised by DICE that we would actually be able to do, and it was accepted by basically the whole community. And while I do agree to disable EXP and Portal because there's too many people exploiting, we really need to get the co-op games reignited, because this is something from Star Wars Battlefront 2 that initially I thought was going to be bad, but ended up making the game so much more fun. It's just a simple feature that lets you and your friends hang out, watch a movie, and just enjoy the game and unlock all the shit you need for your new gun, instead of struggling with a bare bones kit in multiplayer while Headshot Sniper Lord XX is just gunning you down in a helicopter for 30 minutes. I've never played a Battlefield that sucked this much dick. It honestly wouldn't be so bad, but with the PvP in Battlefield just being almost unplayable whenever a storm rolls through, and the servers being as terrible as they are for a Battlefield, this is crazy how bad the servers are. With the amount of desync, it just puts you in a place where getting the stuff unlocked just doesn't feel good. You just end up in a weird position where you want to have this stacked out gun, but actually getting to it just doesn't feel good. And I do get the perspective of the hardcore vets being PvP only weapon attachments. But you guys need to stop fucking gatekeeping, because this is a for fun game at this point, because it has 3 game modes: Breakthrough, Conquest, and Hazard Zone, and all 3 suck dick. There's no hardcore, and there isn't even a fucking scoreboard. So who cares if people gets attachments in the bot games? Shit, after reading Reddit, I can promise you the majority wanted it just to have fun with their friends, who otherwise wouldn't have even played the damn game. Their friends just wanted to play their favorite game with their homie. And that's as simple as it gets. So you're just going to gatekeep a ton of people, and you're looking like a clown. Honestly, there's a lot more casual gamers than hardcore, and having them just gives us a larger player base and helps the game thrive and actually be alive. At the pace this game's going, it's not going to make it out of a 2-week window. If this day 1 patch isn't everything that everybody's hyping it up to be, which is all pure speculation, by the way, this game's going to be done before the first week even ends. Not to mention, there's only 1 usable full auto gun in the entire game, and the fact that full auto guns are only usable on like 5% of any of the maps, you can't really expect anyone to care enough to want to deal with that. PP29 is the only one I'm talking about because everything else just shoots all over the place. I guess the LC LMG is pretty good, but like at the same time, it's still not as good as the PP29. And honestly, all the other guns just kind of feel like you're playing a scuffed version of Fortnite. And this brings me to the fact that maps honestly feel like they have set pieces. A lot of battle royale maps where you have major conflict happen in these areas, and instead of high tier loot, they just put capture points on top of them. And with armor plates and the massive scales of the map, it really makes it feel and look like a battle royale. And Hazard Zone is probably the bare bone version of the BR/Tarkov hybrid that they tried to clean up before they were forced to release this game. Now, this might have just sounded like a ton of flame, but for 106 wasted dollars, yeah, I'm pretty mad about it. We can only hope that this day one patch, which is supposed to fix the spread and a ton of crashing issues, infinite lobbies and specialist bugs, whatever, that it actually comes through. What they actually need to do is move every single capture points in the multiplayer maps. They need to cut those maps in half and literally just make 2 separate maps on every single conquest map. Just literally cut the map in half, add a couple more set pieces that you're just going to copy paste in anyways, and really make it 2 maps. That way, playing infantry and conquest doesn't feel like you're playing running simulator. It's literally ridiculous. The maps are way too big and they're genuinely not enjoyable. Breakthrough is the only time you're going to get good infantry fights, and that's because the vehicles are so limited. Honestly, there isn't a single person who doesn't want a scoreboard. It's stupid that you don't have one, and it really, really needs to be said that like whoever decided not to put a scoreboard in probably shouldn't be working on a shooting game in any foreseeable fashion or future ever again. And on top of that, VoIP.
Want to go off the edge, dude?
Yeah, dude. Let's go, baby. You scared? Oh, we're so fucking.
We're living, watch.
No, look at this jump, though. We got some air, bro. Right, I know that they said that everybody uses Discord, but I'm not going to be playing with the pre-made 4 all the time. Sometimes I just want to go queue a few games up with random people and just have some fun, because that's usually what Battlefield's all about. And getting random people in Discord seems like an unnecessary hassle. And considering there's crossplay, so I'm playing with people from Xbox and like PlayStation and everything, it really doesn't feel good to not be able to talk to my teammates or get to know and meet new people that I might actually want to enjoy the game with. Instead, we're just typing at each other, and console players can't type, so like I don't. There's a huge disconnect here on playing with other people. It's literally just a Call of Duty clone without the ability to talk to other people to flame about it being a Call of Duty clone. Huge rant, but for all you real motherfuckers that always stay into the end of videos, you know I love you the most. I know this isn't New World, but don't worry, I have a lot of New World stuff planned, and there's a special thing coming up really soon for you guys that I've been putting a lot of work into, and it's a massive project. But I love Battlefield. It's a very solid second game. And it's usually what I go play with my friends, and it's in such a sorry state that it's just honestly really disappointing. I wouldn't even recommend that you buy it because it's honestly just garbage. There's no excuse for a game to come out in this state, and I know New World was a mess too, but this is like way worse and really makes me appreciate how good bad New World is. There's always some special things that can only happen in a Battlefield game, and they took it all out to make it feel like Call of Duty. And if I wanted to play Call of Duty, I would just play Call of Duty, right? That's as simple as it gets. Uh, at least they're working on stuff in some fashion. This is just a brand new mess across the board. Hopefully it gets better, but if it doesn't, I'll definitely let you know. With all that being said, though, don't forget to like the video so YouTubes can know I exist, and subscribe so I have money to buy stupid shit. I hope you all stay beautiful and blessed and that you have a wonderful night. I'll see you in the next one. Peace!